Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another read-through on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. tmnt, some backup issues from the universe stuff. So the main one, or the main story which crossed over like 4 different issues is the What is Ninja 1. And I'm also going to include an extra one which is only like a few pages extra because I'm generous like that. But yeah, let's get into this one. Let's go. And before we do get started, if you do like this content and want to see more from this channel, please do make sure to subscribe, like and turn on post notifications. Now let's go on with the video. A shadow moving through the darkness. Silent steps, only a lonely street. A hungry ghost will breathlessly watch, consuming all it can see. Yes and no. The myths and half-truths used to excite the imagination, to burrow into subconsciousness, and like a memory, strike when least expected. It has been said that ninjas were descended from demons, half man, half crow. Sure, it all seems a little more plausible these days, but I'm still dubious. I never believed in fairy tales. Reality never allowed me to that luxury. Not like all things, the ninjas were a product of their time. They were moulded by an influx of new ideas into society that had shunned the outside world for centuries, old and new coming for the first time in generations. Exiled Chinese generals brought new tactics and philosophies in war. Monks brought new medicines and fight styles, ideas that originated in India and speed their way through China and Tibet, colliding with the descendants of feudal Japan. It was like the Wild West before the Wild West, like the Lower East side before the gentrification. These were head times. It was in the Bismillah port that a wandering Ronin met a Chinese warrior monk, and in the mountains on Hishu, defeated in battle, the Ronin was bound by duty to commit seppuku, ritual suicide. Instead, the Ronin renounced the Buddhist code of a samurai. He renounced tradition in the name of monastery. He chose the future instead of the past. And together, the monk and the Ronin developed a new theory of general warfare. A style of fighting created as a counterculture to the establishment, a style without rules, a style that would change the world forever. From order, they made chaos, and from chaos, they brought order. If you look back far enough, you can see that there was a time when things were good. There was no need for ninja. In every walk of life there was a peace and contempt. But then there was a darkness came. And Japan's culture spirit began to spiral balance. In the absence of a conflict, the ruling classes became obsessed with every increasing displays of equity and patriotism. And in time, these exaggerated ideas of honor and nobility became more important than life itself. The samurai were the embodiment of constitutions that ruled feudal Japan. Set in the highly stylized nobility, the samurai pledged complete devotion to their master, who in turn would unleash their samurai warriors that recklessly abandoned over the slightest of previous insults. The British code, however, required that the samurai adhere to a strict set of ethics while the field of battle. The honour that samurai gave their enemies made them noble adversaries, but also limited the tactics and advantages they could achieve. This could easily turn skirmism into pragmatism. In effect, the samurais were good at starting wars, but ineffectual at ending them. As such, ninjutsu developed in the void created by honour and loyalty. You see, while the samurai valued honour and loyalty above all else, the ninja only valued accomplishing their mission. That meant that sneak attacks, assassination, poison, and even seduction were all fair game, by all means necessary and at any cost. That there was a code of a ninja, and once these brutal tactics were let loose on the field of battle, Pandora's box could never be closed again. If you were unwilling to use the services of a ninja, you could be sure your enemy wouldn't be so squeamish. As a result, the samurai feared and hated the ninja, and yet could not wage war without them. To the samurai, the ninja represented the opposite of everything they stood for. But to the ninja, the samurai only represented the past. A visual trail reminded them of their lowly origins. Bushido, however, did give the samurai code by allowing their violent existence to be tempered by a certain sense of wisdom and sincerity. Ninja were given no such reprieve. Their workmanlike dedication to getting the job done sometimes meant doing the unthinkable. No, knives are not easily placed in people's back, and once there, they cannot easily be taken out again. They came from in taking on the jobs that no one else would. Ninja would forever carry the weight of the humanity's sins. They came from a void to return balance, and to avoid they must return. Little by little, carried by whispers and hidden in shadows, the secrets of the ninja began to spread. Schools began to form, hidden from the outside world. The secret knowledge that was traded to anyone willing to devote their lives to the path. Quiet villages, once destroyed by the corporation of the warring elite, became the new centuries of freedom. There was no distinction of class. Beginners, or beggars, and vagabonds were welcome in equal measures. To walk the path of ninja meant equally in life, as well as in death. Freedoms were taken for granted every day. Even women, who were still regarded as little more than slaves and whores, were allowed to train as ninja. Every practical, the ninja valued any advantage they could exploit, and women had been underestimated for centuries. Women could easily infiltrate fortresses disguised as dancers, servants, or kibans. They would hide in plain sight, on your wall, or on your pillow. Ask any woman. She'll tell you she's been trained to be invisible since the day she was born. And so the poor and the forgotten forged new lives together. Farmers transformed their tools into weapons, and disgraced Romans were forgiven their past. From the schools, their first ninja clans were formed, ensuring a secure and prosperous future for all. For the ninja provided the info that won wars and overthrew governments, and they were made sure they were paid handsomely for it. Indeed, with pockets swollen from the secrets and gold, the future of the ninja never looked brighter. But ninja must always remember that their safety where it is darkest. The livelihood is the instability created by war. They swore the seed of doubt, and they harvest the fruits of insecurity. When there are many warlords, ninja is converted. But when there is only one, they are feared. So as Japan reunited under a single flag, ninjas were quickly outlawed and hunted to the edge of execution. Created in darkness, to the darkness they returned. Spirit is a muscle, a life force that flows through each and one of us, connecting them mind and body. And when our will is strong, the mind and spirit are capable of incredible things, magical things. If your will is strong enough, you can learn to walk on water, to catch bullets, even vanish into thin air. A trick that the ninja knows all too well. So after their slaughter at the hands of the Shokuns, the surviving ninja were forced to go underground again, and this time for 500 years. Hidden from the world, the ninja consolidated their power, and in the darkness committed themselves to growing stronger, so that a defeat such as this could never happen again. They hardened their bodies and sharpened their minds, while 500 years is a long time. Some say it was karma for all that blood that had been spilt. But the allure of capitalism and black magic was too strong to deny. Whatever the case, the bitterness overall that ninja had lost was left to fester. Vengeance, dread, anger. Anger gave way to rationalization. They greed, power, cooperation is used to be that the ninja fought for the people. But they did what was necessary to keep the poor and the weak from being crushed beneath the heel of the rich. But now they only fought for themselves. Now that they would heal, a foot destroying everything in its path. But there is still hope, my child. You must always remember that. It is true that the Foot Clan is on a very unstable ground right now. We are very precious, close to being pulled back into the abyss. The past always wants to claim the future as its own. But only a foot trips on what is behind him. We are Ninja Child. We don't blindly follow the path laid before us. We create our own. We live in the space between worlds, in perfect balance, all on razor edges. I know that the brief time you spent with the Turtles was important to you, but you saw a new path forming with them, at your side. A powerful positivity. But fear not. They will return when they see what we've accomplished. You have asked me once, what is ninja? For you are the future. And the future is limitless. What do you guys think she's dreaming about? For Velociraptors, probably. How much she hates Pigeon Pete a bit. Maybe being back in dinosaur times again? Nah, probably just chasing a bigger leaf. Who knows? Cute. Why does she always do that? Wow, so yeah, that was a pretty interesting comic. Or both of them were. The pepperoni one was really quick, short, simple. I feel like that was quite a good one. It's just a real quick backup issue. I wish we were going to see a bit more of like those sort of stories and like other comics, but it's a shame. The What Is Ninja one, I thought it was okay. I feel like maybe it was a bit too long-winded, I guess. Like we just kept going on about, I don't know, just past of history of Ninja. I felt like it maybe a bit like too similar to like a sort of concept of like secret history of the Foot Clan, but I don't know, that's just me. Overall, I thought it was okay. It's good to see Jenica and actually like her backstory, which is interesting. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do have some, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.